It's got to be 45 or 50 kilos heavier. Well, what you want to do is to see Sasson in all four corners of the mat, taking Silva with him. He doesn't want to stand there and slug it out with him toe-to-toe. Be good if he can keep the grips. Have a variety of grips, change things up, move Silva about. He's done exactly the opposite. He just stood there, stuck in the middle. Stepped off the Uchimata. This suits Silva perfectly. He uses up the minimum amount of energy. It encourages both of them to look passive if anybody's going to get a penalty. Or Sasson picks it up. He's the one with the ability to move and look active. I sometimes wonder about the tactics of the coaches, whether they've spoken about this before they go there. They must do. You wouldn't want to stand there with Silva. And why wouldn't Sasson attack Silva on the ground? That technique is much harder to bring off when Silva, with all his weight, is standing still. Your best chance of throwing Silva is when he's moving, preferably when he's coming to you. There's no reason for Silva to move towards Sasson when Sasson has already got a Shido on the board. He just needs to keep pace with Sasson now, and they'll both get Shidos. That's one tactic that you'd employ as the big man. I'd like to ask the Israeli coach what the tactics were coming in against Silva. That was a poor effort. And yet it's Sasson who picks up the penalty. He needs a single score, Sasson. He'll pick up, Silva will pick up a penalty here for stepping out. Heavyweights don't like to be moved around. Ask any heavyweight. They don't like to be moved around. It's the first thing that you would do. Get him out of the comfort zone, which is standing on one spot. They don't have to use up any energy. They're fighting against a physically weaker opponent. And sooner or later, Sasson is going to get worn down, fighting against that big man. The best thing to do is get Silva moving. He'll be uncomfortable. He won't like it. You get frustrated, and that's when you make mistakes. At the moment, he's perfectly comfortable exactly where he is. Sasson hasn't done anything with the grips. He's just allowed Silva to get the left hand on every occasion. He's been perfectly happy with the grips, and he hasn't moved him. There's been no frustration for the big Brazilian. It's been a comfortable contest for him against what he would probably describe as a rather annoying opponent. And now Sasson will pick up the penalty for a false attack. The third penalty. Well, you can make what you like of it at home. But that, unfortunately, was not the right kind of tactic to employ against Rafael Silva. You're fighting the #1 seed. On paper, it doesn't get any harder than that at this competition. You had to have a better plan than that.